the big news is Lucas Paqueta, but it's absolutely gutting. Really gutting. I don't really want to talk about it in any detail, which is what I thought I'd do a transfer roundup this morning. There's a load of Premier League games today as well. Sort of almost leave the Lucas Paqueta stuff, which is not getting resolved anytime soon. I think we just sort of concentrate on the 3 transfer targets we know we are getting, and I guess they become more important than ever, really. And I've actually had a look at all 3 of these guys play, although it does appear that one of them might be moving to Lens rather than West Ham. And I just thought that's probably a better thing to do than deal with Lucas Paqueta. Look, the Paqueta thing, there's new stories, there's new revelations breaking all the time. A lot of it's on social media. How much of it is true, I don't know. I think there was a lot of people on the comments yesterday. What I would say, a lot of people comments yesterday saying, "Oh, it's just a Daily Mail. It can't be true." You know, irrespective of whether you like the newspaper, whether you don't. I'm surprised anyone reads newspapers these days. I don't at all. But they're a big publication. They'll have passed that through their solicitors first. They'd have known the implications and the litigation that would follow if they got that wrong. So the accusation that he's under investigation are going to be true if the Daily Mail says so. I'm just taking the lead from them. But for anybody hoping it's just sort of speculation from a tabloid newspaper and it's not going to be true, I think you're farting in the wind, quite frankly. I think the more that comes out, the more troubling and more worrying it is. And I hope it's not true. I really hope it's not true. But it is gutting, because at its worst, it's very, very damaging for West Ham. I'm not talking about reputationally or anything like that. I'm talking about in terms of us having a footballer. So don't really want to talk about it any more than that. The rumours you would have all seen online. If you haven't, I mean, look, we're going to know a lot more about it in the next few days. I'd just be interested to see whether he plays against Chelsea, really, isn't it? So I guess we'll find out. Suggestions are that he's up for it and he's up for playing, and he's part of the manager's plans. But you know, they would say all that stuff, I guess, wouldn't they? Let's deal with the 3 players that we've been linked with. Now, I do get, funny enough, I do get this guy's name wrong, and I think it's Elye Wahi. I think that's how you say it. He's the Montpellier attacker who's been linked with West Ham and linked with Lens, and I think he may well be moving to Lens as I sort of record this video very, very late on Friday night. He looks electric. I mean, this kid is amazing. Very, very good. Doesn't pass a lot, truth be known. There's not a lot of passing going on there. But he looks to be electric, very skillful. Loves a nutmeg, this lad. And I don't know, I didn't see anything in his game that would suggest that this guy was the replacement for Paqueta. The reason I bring up the replacement for Paqueta, you've got to realise, sort of appreciate that our targets up until yesterday morning, we would have had a load of targets who would have been Paqueta's replacement, because Paqueta was meant to be moving to Manchester City, of course. So some people are saying this is off because we don't need to replace Paqueta anymore. I didn't see anything in him that would suggest he was Paqueta's replacement. It looked like he played a lot further forward, looked nothing like him. But, virtually no passing at all. Lots of dribbling, lots of quick, lots of quick carries, as you might call it in modern terms, and lots of goals as well. Just didn't look anything like Paqueta. I really liked what I saw, and obviously you can't always trust sort of YouTube footage and stuff like that. But I think you can trust it all the more when you're looking at official footage that has been put out there by the league, and a lot of the stuff was from Montpellier, so looks to be a really, really good player. The one that looks an awful lot closer, as of course, is the Ajax player. Now it's Kudus, obviously. So Mohammed Kudus, probably should have said that. Suggestion is actually that Steidten was in Amsterdam trying to tie up that deal. One of those weird ones where the press are saying that we have an agreement with the player, and now we're going to negotiate with the club. It's funny. I mean, I heard the same thing with Edson Alvarez, actually. So clearly it's something that Ajax don't mind doing. I thought that was tapping up, but hey, I don't want to accuse West Ham of anything else. I think we've had enough at the moment, really, haven't we? So he looks to be a really good player, and I would like him. I think he'd be a decent acquisition for West Ham. What I would say is West Ham probably going to need a lift at the moment, because what's going on now is just bad news. It's you know what? It just feels crap, really, doesn't it? You get the initial you're on a bit of a downer because you're going to sell Declan Rice, and then that drags on, and we sell Declan, and we think, okay, we're going to buy some players now, and then you sell Skamaka as a bit of a downer again, and obviously you sign a player, and then sign another player, and you think things are looking up. We're just about to sign some more players, and this Paqueta thing happens. So be nice to get this player in. I feel that as fans we probably need it. Well, I speak for myself. I certainly could do with another player coming in. I'd imagine the training ground's going to be a really weird place to be, given the recent accusations. Let's put it that way. So I think they could probably do with someone bowling up with a spring in their step. Quite frankly, the final one. Let me just make sure I got all my ducks. Oh yeah, of course. How could I forget? Konstantinos Mavropanos. I think, look, we were going to look for a nickname for this guy. I think I'm going to call him the Maverick. Mavropanos, the Konstantinos Mavropanos. I'll probably just go with Maverick. Someone said Big Mav, which I think is fair enough, but we've already got a Big Sue. I don't think there's too many big fellas. I'll tell you what, actually, David Moyes would love a lot of big fellas, quite frankly, wouldn't he? I hadn't seen him play too much. Now, having seen him play, I think he looks outstanding. I have to say, he looks like a real player. He looks like he's got it all. And I mean, he's got it all. He's big, really big, good size. Obviously, good age, being 25 years of age. Robust defender, intercepts well, reads the game well, carries the ball well up the pitch. He's got really, say that, good feet for a big man. Very, very quick feet. I wouldn't suggest we play him at right back, but he looks like he could play at right back. I'll tell you, he reminded me of a little bit. I'm gonna get the player's name. It was Chelsea centre back, end up playing at right back. Ivanovic, was that his name? Something like that. Anyway, hopefully I got that right. You might remember the guy that I meant. Reminds me of him a bit. I think he looks outstanding. He looks tailor-made for the Premier League and really quick as well. I thought, wow, this guy looks sensational. Really dominant in both boxes. There was a little rumour doing the rounds the other day, which David Moyes was really impressed with this guy at Tim Steidten's. Tim Steidten. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. It's been a long day. His recommendation, I bet he bloody was, because I'll tell you what, if he was recommended and David Moyes taking a look at him, and he must have thought, wow, okay. I mean, he does seem to have everything. I'm surprised no one else has signed. Maybe he's got a couple of skeletons in the cupboard. I'm joking. That's a joke. I don't mean it. Honestly, I'm gutted. Listen, I've said all of that stuff. I hope we do sign this guy. He looks absolutely brilliant. I hope we sign all three of them, quite frankly. But I'm sorry if I've been a bit downbeat in this video. I am absolutely gutted about this Paqueta stuff. I really am. It's just not what we needed at all. And well, I think maybe the level of my mood is probably an indication of how I'm reading this and how I'm perceiving this to be. This is majorly concerning, and I'm worried in the biggest possible terms. Whatever you think the worst case scenario is, I'm worried that might be the case in this situation, and I'm gutted, absolutely gutted. I know maybe take some encouragement that maybe he's going to be able to play for West Ham and he doesn't go to Man City. Sort of reading between the lines, some of the things are being said. It's massively concerning. I certainly hope it's not true. And we make no accusations here, far from it. We don't know anything about it at all. It's just I think the revelations from the Daily Mail were quite big, weren't they, really? And then all the stuff that's followed it on social media and other publications. People got to be careful what they say, understandably so. But anyway, there we go. Look, maybe there'll be more about it today. Hopefully I'm not up there doing another update about that. I'd love to think that later on today I'll be doing an update saying, whatever terms have been agreed with Ajax or whatever terms have been agreed with Montpellier or whatever the case may be. Anyway, there you go. There's your transfer roundup for today. I'll be back today, maybe not. Anyway, do you know what? It's match day tomorrow. It'll be good once again to get rid of all this stuff and actually play a game of football.